we are in the studio, and I'm so pleased this morning to have Justin Reeves of the Finance Office, and he's brought a cohort with him, and he will introduce him, and he'll give us all the updates on finance.
Yes,
so it's all yours, Justin.
Right, thank you, and good morning. And I just wanted to bring Greg along because through a couple of these sessions, we've mentioned that we have a couple of new members to the team. And I just want to showcase and just let everybody know who they are, where they're coming from, and what they're doing currently at Greenspring in the finance office. So this is Greg Zernhelt, and I'll have him introduce himself and give us some updates about his background.
Tell us all about what you do here, etc.
Sure.
Greg.
I'm Greg Zernhelt. I'm the financial analyst here, and I support Justin with financial reporting and working with budget and financial reports, so forth. And I also help out with Michelle at the front desk with questions that residents have. So support the residents with any kind of issues that they have also.
Yeah.
So you must have been a good math student when you were back in school.
Yes, I did a lot of math. Yes.
Yeah, you want to tell them a little about your background?
Well, I was a financial analyst for a government contractor in Arlington. And I supported a large government contract. I worked for the FDIC. So worked there for like 5 years. So that's my most recent background.
Can you tell me what the acronym FDIC stands for?
Sure, it's a Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation.
Okay. That sounds like a lot of money.
So Greg's been a huge help to the finance team, especially me coming into a new role. And as he said, he supports me in numerous ways, but he's really the linchpin that kind of keeps the finance office together and keeps everything rolling. So if you have questions about your statement, direct deposits, ACH payments, just anything, your financial file as well, just come by the office. Michelle's there, Greg is there, Dana Brown is there as well. So we're all there to support the residents.
Well, that's very good. And I know you probably have some really interesting updates, etc., reports to tell us this morning about, because people seem to be interested in how we are doing financially, as well as the food.
So I'll probably stay away from the food segment. But in terms of the finances, again, we just ended the third quarter. So September financials are rolling in. And again, just very stable community, very consistent community in terms of the foundation that was set up here with high occupancy and with resident participation and everyone paying their bills on time. So we appreciate that. But again, as the financials come in, I'm sure we'll get an update in one of the monthly sessions and the exec team coffee sessions or town hall meetings. So that's forthcoming. But a couple of other updates. We are at the tail end of budgeting season as well. So again, we're going through that process, and we'll have an update. I think there's a special meeting set aside for budget updates to the community. That's towards the end of the year, I believe. So that's coming up. We're plugging along with the Garden Ridge repositioning plan as well. So just the permitting, the designing, the working with the vendors, the proposals, everything is moving along on schedule. So look forward to hearing some additional updates regarding the repositioning.
And that Garden Ridge piece is, as I understand it, groundbreaking later this year?
Yeah, later this year, beginning of next year. I personally don't have an exact date, but I know we're looking forward to starting that project, and it's a 4-year project as well. So it'll be fun times over in Garden Ridge.
A 4-year project for Garden Ridge?
Correct.
That which includes all of the changing of the rooms, etc.
Yeah, so we're adding a building, and we're actually combining some of the smaller rooms and putting private showers into all of the rooms that do not currently have them. So it's a good project, and we're always looking to just figure out how we can improve the community and make it better for the current residents and future residents.
Well, I know at this time of the year people are wondering, are our fees going to go up? And all those things come to mind. And with the economy the way it is, but we have been very fortunate here, I think, at Greenspring compared to most of the other retirement communities that I hear about in terms of our financial stability and cost, actually, and everything. So I know I made a good decision when I came here.
I'm glad you did. We're definitely glad you're here. And in terms of the cost increases, we go through a very arduous process in terms of trying to, I guess, forecast how much food cost, utility cost, and labor cost is going to increase, and take that into account while we're budgeting, as well as kind of balance that with how much Social Security is supposed to increase, and those on fixed incomes, just take that into account as well. So again, updates to come later on this year after we finalize everything.
Well, and the Social Security is a huge question being batted around in Congress.
It is. It's a hot topic right now, but unfortunately we can't control what the federal government does.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
But Greg, do you have anything you'd like to add to the reporting that you and your work that you do here?
No, it's just been a pleasure getting to work with the residents here and meeting new people and hearing all kinds of stories from residents from years gone by, you know, just things they've done maybe when they were younger, you know, jobs they've had and so forth. So just life experiences that the residents have here is very interesting.
I'm sure it's a change from the kind of environment you were working in before you were here.
Yes, it's been quite a change, yeah.
Well, I know that when I get my monthly bill, which I have withdrawn from my bank account, but I always recycle my envelope, and that's the only time I come into the finance office.
And to pick up candy, maybe?
Well, now and then I do, if I can find a piece of dark chocolate.
Nice.
Do you have family here in the area as well?
I have one brother that lives in the area. He lives in Maryland, in Germantown. And my other brother actually lives in Prague right now.
Okay. And how about you, Justin? Do you have family?
Yes, so my parents are still in Fort Washington, Maryland, probably 20 minutes or so from here, and I have a brother in Catonsville, Maryland, closer to Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So neither of you are married and with children?
Not yet, at least.
Not yet. That means you're very young. And any other kinds of things that you're looking forward to in terms of the financial picture here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to 2016, again, carrying on the wonderful legacy of Green Spring, being successful, the wonderful occupancy rates we have, and just providing a wonderful environment for our residents. I think just that coupled with the experience, as Greg mentioned, in terms of meeting all the residents, hearing the stories, the where they came from in terms of their work experience, their families. It's an awesome experience to be a part of, and I'm glad I'm here, and I know Greg is glad he's here as well.
Well, as a resident, I'm often surprised when people ask me from outside, how does Erickson, what is the financial arrangement? And so I try to explain to them how it works, and they're shocked and surprised in a good way because of the way Erickson Corporation, or now Green Spring, is financially independent, really, uses our deposit that we pay when we come here to enable this community to be so successful, and then the fact that we get most of it back at the time that we decide to leave in whatever form we leave. and I remember looking at other retirement communities before I really made the final decision, although I kind of knew from the beginning this was it, that there was no other place that had that kind of a financial arrangement. And also keeping the monthly fees low by giving us the option of paying for things that we may not need if they were included in our monthly fee.
That's good to hear.
So I think even a lot of residents don't always understand how that happens. I mean, and it's good when you people in the finance office explain that now and then, or just mention it, because there are a lot of new people coming in, and I'm sure they're well informed, but sometimes they're not aware of some of those things. and I've been here long enough, so I hear these comments.
Over and over again. And as you said, it's good. We always encourage everyone to go and look at the competition, look at the other continuing care retirement communities or senior living facilities within the area or within the region, because we think we definitely stack up very well against the competition. Again, we're not probably suited for everyone, but those who are here, I've always said, or I've always heard that they love it and they wish they moved in sooner. So if anyone has any friends or family that are thinking about moving in here, encourage them to look at the competition. I think they'll be very pleased with what they see at Green Spring.
Yeah, I agree. And the sales department does a great job, and keeping the place pretty much fully occupied is what keeps it so successful.
Correct.
And I know I've heard of a number of retirement communities in the area, you know, struggling financially and not full and, you know, really having hard times.
Yeah, so the national average is closer to probably the low 90s, and we're currently sitting at right above 98%. And in terms of the Erickson portfolio, we are have the highest occupancy, and in terms of the industry, we are set far apart from our competition in terms of our occupancy.
Well, I think we're just about out of time, and we have 1 minute, I'm being told. And I know that it must be a good experience for both of you to work in a finance office that has been that well managed for so many years before you came here, because you're both so new. So that it must have been a good decision for you to be able to come here.
I'm happy with my decision.
And we're happy that you're here, and very pleased to have you on the program this morning to give us an update.
Okay.
And I know that, do you have any final words you'd like to tell the residents while you're here?
Just one last thing. We've created a checklist where residents can come down and review their finance folder to see if they have the correct trust documentation in there. Is your refund of deposit form up to date? Does it match your trust documentation or your estate plan? Review your power of attorney information, your will and testament, just to make sure that as you're updating documents that we have those most recent documents, because it is key when those documents are necessary to be reviewed and implemented. They are up to date and we have the most recent copies. So just come on down to the finance office and we can sit with you to review your finance folder.
Oh, that's great information, and I hope all of you were listening and take it seriously.
Please do.
I did that a number of years ago, but maybe I should do it again.
Just come by. It only takes 5 to 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes. So we would love to have you.
Well, thank you so much, Justin and Gary, and we were pleased to have you here this morning, and I hope you have a good day.
Thank you.